Y'all probably wondering where I went. I told y'all I was going to post like a couple weeks at my new company. And that shit didn't work out. I was gone with the first week. I'm not going to mention the company's name, but it's a Missouri-based company. Their trucks are well known. They're not a mega carrier, but they're from the they're mid Missouri. They gave me a truck. That truck had almost 500,000 miles on it. PACCAR engine. I hate PACCARs. That's all their whole fleet was. The trucks were spec'd out retarded. I'm sorry for my language, but that's just what it was. The trucks, I don't know if you guys know what a dead axle was. Pretty much that's what I was driving, was a dead axle super singles. They had two axles, but one axle's dead. And if you guys don't know what a dead axle is, the dead axle just rolls. It doesn't move or nothing. Like the truck I have right now, I can switch it into differential lock, lock that rear axle and the front axle, so all your wheels moving simultaneously. And they didn't have that. And the first load I picked up was a 45,000 pound load of dog food, and I got stuck because I couldn't move because they had super singles and a dead axle. So that wasn't the real reason why I left. The real reason why I left was because they gave me a truck that a driver used before, trashed it, and it had bed bugs, and I had over 100 and some bed bug bites. So long story short, I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm resigning. This ain't for me. Like this is my first impression of the company, and this is what I get. Like, nah, bye. So they told me they're gonna give me 3 weeks to have the maintenance guy come out and treat it so I can recover some of my stuff. I was like, 3 weeks? I was like, that's a long ass time. So I waited at home, sitting at home. Only had like 2-3 pairs of clothes. So I said, F it. I'm gonna start applying for other jobs. Found this company. Boy, I'll get into that in a second. But I kept applying. It took me like 2 extra weeks to apply. Like, mind you, I was out of work since June 16th. And I've been at this company this is going to be my second full week. So 2.5 weeks I've been here. So I went and cleaned out most of my stuff in my old truck, or the old company. Went in to get my stuff, and then my car was full, so I had to make another trip. So I said, F it, I'm gonna come back tomorrow. Came back the next day. They took the truck. I still had a $400 mini fridge in there, $200 CB radio. It's not $500 now, but when I first got it, Xbox One X was still in there, and some other controllers, all my games, hard drive, all that in there. I guess they threw it away. So yeah, there's that. So I'm at this company called Westside Transport. Let me tell you guys, this is like the best company that I've ever worked for. I'm not even joking. I've only been here 2.5 weeks. It might change, but I'm not lying to you guys. Like, this is just like Martin, because I saw myself retiring at Martin, but the management was garbage at Martin. And any Martin guys in here that can attest to this, Martin management sucks ass. Like, they don't give a F about you. They could leave you out on the road to die for all they care. Martin did not care about you drivers at all. They just wanted the revenue. This company, all the drivers are hella friendly. Like, every time I went to get something repaired at the terminal or whatever, go to the driver's lounge. All the drivers are sitting there, and we just chat and talked about life. Like Martin never did that. Like, all the drivers are just to themselves, and they're mad because, you know, they're stuck getting repaired and stuff like that. Some of us were just sitting there joking around and stuff like that. And I go to the office. I mean, all the office people, and they make us meet our dispatchers. Martin didn't want us to meet our dispatchers. That's why they have a keypad to get into the dispatch office, because they know, like, some of them dispatchers in there be messing around with their money, and they don't want any, you know, confrontation going on in there. So, yeah, I met my dispatcher. His name's Bill. He's real down to earth. Like, all of the dispatchers are real down to earth. Cool. Some of them will talk sports with you. Some of them are really big sports fans, and they understand, like, that we're the ones making them money, so they take care of us. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. So my first impressions going there and going through orientation. Orientation was one day. I had the lead safety guy at Glenwood. He used to be a truck driver here. Like, he's an actual truck driver. He's not no, like, certified PhD guy that they hired. He knows trucks, and he taught me a lot of things about the truck I didn't know. Like, he brought in an old brake drum and what to look for, because the brake drum's all cracked, and you could see cracks in there. He's like, this is a big DOT violation. You can lose about so-and-so CSA points and all this. He just started pointing stuff out and, like, what we need to look for. And he spoke a lot of knowledge. His name's John. He spoke a lot of knowledge to me. So it's just me. His classes are very small. There's not more than 2 or 3 people in your class. So there's a situation. I'm not really worried about it, but there's a situation where our trucks weren't ready. They were waiting on parts. Like, it was waiting on batteries. And Miss Stacy, bless her heart, like, she's an orientation leader, and she's like, I can just tell on the look on her face that she's very disgruntled and overwhelmed, because these trucks are supposed to be ready, and I guess drivers usually quit when they have to wait or whatever. I was fine. I didn't care. They paid me to wait there, so I didn't really mind it. But we got another hotel and waited the next day and see if our trucks were ready. They weren't ready. So she's like, all right, I'm so sorry, guys. Like, she gave us a hug. Like, she felt so bad for us. She's like, you guys have to drive to Columbus. And we were in Glenwood, Illinois. So Columbus is exactly 5 hours from Glenwood. Columbus, Ohio, I'm sorry. And we got to the terminal. She got us a rental car, and me and the other driver took turns driving. Got a rental car. We checked our trucks out. I got a Volvo. It's the first time driving a Volvo. Oh my gosh, it's like a Cadillac. Got that. Got a load back. Got all my stuff together. It was real easy peasy. Loads are, for the most part, they're pretty easy. Some of them are, you know, kind of sketchy. Like the one I had to do Friday. Yeah, it was last Friday. It was in Belleville, Illinois. I had to do a double blindside back with a sleeper truck, so at Dart. So it was, I hit the hole in the first try, but I wasn't really sweating bullets. I was only sweating bullets because we got new, touchscreen system in here called Isaac, and it's supposed to be like a trucker GPS, and it was sending me all types of directions. So I just used my GPS. But besides the point, to pay in orientation, you get to pick. They don't tell you like, hey, you're doing this or doing this. You either get to pick guaranteed minimum pay, which is $1,200, and you have a performance pay $1,400 to $1,500 a week, or you can just do strictly cents per mile, which is what I did, and you get a $1,200 pay commitment, which I'm pretty sure they pay that out if you stick to what you need to do. I picked that because I already know how Martin worked with minimum guarantee. I was like, I'm not gonna go against stuff about them trying not to pay me anything. So I did that, went on with my business, and it's just like every little thing is like, there's so much to talk about. Like, I can't even fit it all in this little video. But like, I was dead broke going to this company, and the way they have it set up is you're allowed to get $50, a $50 cash advance Monday, Wednesday, Friday at refreshes for when you get fuel and doing all your regular stuff, and it gets taken away if you don't if you're late on deliveries, and you know, you're not following the fuel solutions and stuff like that. But I was like, man, they don't bother you, they don't heckle you. The only time they heckle you is if it's a really important customer and you need to make it there on time. They just want to let you know, like, hey, this is important, like, you cannot miss this. That's all they do. They don't, hey, where you at? Are you almost there yet? Oh, all that BS. So my first impressions, this is like the best. I can see myself retiring here. Like, the terminal in Cedar Rapids, amazing. They have a pool table in there. They have showers in there. They have their own towels. Like, they have a big screen TV in the lounge where you can watch Netflix. Like, me and all the other drivers are watching movies until they got the Isaac system installed on our truck. So that's a very new system. So if you guys are planning on or want to know more information on Westside Transport, you're probably going to get an Isaac system put in your truck, and it's going to take at least a day to get in there, a whole day, and then you're probably gone the next morning. But they have a little miniature store in there, it's not in the driver's lounge, but because the driver's lounge, they have concessions, like a vending machine. But if you go through the double doors and go like you're going to the mechanic shop, they have like a little shop there. They have more vending machines, but you have to check it out yourself. Like, you have to grab your drinks, like your Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or whatever. You got to ring it up like you're at a grocery store, and they have like little snacks, like candy bars, little cereal, chips, all that, and you just check it out, and then you pay for it. So that was cool. And if you're stuck at the terminal for a whole day and they tell you, like, hey, you're going to be here a while, you can ask the mechanic. He can check you out the van and he can go get you some food. Yeah, you can go get you some food. You don't have to sit there and DoorDash, spend $40-50 on one meal, because DoorDash is a scam. You can ask, like, hey, can I check out the van? I'm like, yeah, we just need it back in like an hour or whatever. Just sign your name, do all this, and you and like 3 other drivers can go get food, bring it back, and you guys can eat in the lounge. Like, it's gravy. All the loads, like, are PepsiCo loads, Gatorade. They do, we haul some Toyota and some other stuff. I'm not quite sure what all we haul, but you'll be making pretty good revenue here, if you're a hard worker. So if you guys have any questions, just don't hesitate to drop a comment below. I'm gonna put my driver code in the description below if you guys are looking to come here. If I sold you on coming here, like I said in all my other videos, I'm not a salesman. I'm not out for referrals. That's just what my personal experience is going through right now. So I've been through a lot in the last month and a half, 2 months, and my stress has just went completely down since working here. So if you guys have any questions, drop them down in the comments box below, and see you guys in the next one.